Bro, when people, what I got from that is he's a hater. You don't know me as a person. Let's say you don't like me. Like, you don't know me. Like, you feel me? And I don't give a fuck. Him. Everybody including with him. I mean, with him.
Gervonta Davis speaking about you. Is that ever a possible fight?
Yeah, if he want to dare to be great.
I mean, leave them big guys alone. Stop trolling them, right? They're best 147 pounders in the world, and they're the best 140 pounders for a reason.
Gervonta Davis stirred up drama on X after Terence Crawford's win over Canelo Alvarez. Instead of praising Crawford's historic victory, Davis claimed he could beat him, saying, "I'll swing on him for real." He doubled down, promising to train harder and demanding respect as a top fighter. But his comments drew backlash. Many analysts said even if Davis didn't want to give Crawford credit, openly dismissing such a huge achievement was disrespectful. Crawford had just done what many thought was impossible, beating Canelo in dominant fashion. And critics argued that downplaying it made Davis look petty and unworthy of a champion's respect.
It dominated a first ballot Hall of Famer, a 4-division champion, a 2-time undisputed super middleweight, and was the reigning undisputed 168-pound super middleweight world champion. Superstar boxer, Saul Canelo Alvarez, who is now 63 wins, 3 losses, 2 draws, 39 wins by way of knockout. And Gervonta Tank Davis, I'm not even going to read off his accolades, because what he did is just nasty work. And this is your king that y'all be praising. Gervonta Tank Davis, instead of applauding the accomplishment, just tip your hat. Just tip your hat. Hey, salute. And if you don't want to salute him, guess what? Just don't say nothing. Just don't say nothing. If you don't want to salute that man, just don't say nothing. Right? And so, Gervonta Tank Davis takes to social media because the boxing world is praising Terence Crawford for what he did. After Gervonta Tank Davis, when the fight was announced and when Terence Crawford was saying he wanted to go up from 154 to 168, Gervonta Tank Davis said he was doing it for the money, not for...
This feud didn't come out of nowhere. Long before the recent controversy, Crawford had already shared his thoughts about Davis. He said he didn't see Davis as the type to take risks against stronger opponents, calling him more of a talker than a true challenger. Crawford even admitted he simply doesn't like Davis, making it clear that if they ever fought, it wouldn't just be about boxing, it would be personal.
Tank would never even think about to come up to 154.
What about 47 though?
Yes, if he get to pick his opponent. But Tank would never come from 35 to 54.
Y'all got into it on social media around that time. Is that just you being competitive, like when that happens?
I just really don't like that, dude.
Why though?
Cause I just don't like I really don't like it. That's
Like not your cup of tea, that's just
I don't like nothing about him. I just felt like, he just one of these little arrogant little dudes that's using what he got to shield him. He got a lot of security guards around him and he's in the limelight and stuff like that, but in certain situations he wouldn't be acting like that.
Do you like him as a fighter though?
Yeah, he's a damn good fighter.
Yeah.
But like his core personality and his ways.
Devin Haney's father and trainer, Bill Haney, also weighed in. He brushed off Davis's bold claims and said Tank could never do what Crawford did. Haney argued Davis should stop trolling bigger fighters and stick to his weight class, instead of calling out champions in divisions where he doesn't belong. In his view, Davis's comments were nothing more than a stunt to grab attention.
Gotta ask your thoughts on Tank saying he'd knock out Terence in 6 rounds. You think he was playing, trolling, what? Selling tickets to his new fight?
Was that like his tweets? Like he's
he said it
on video.
Huh?
He said audio. He said it. He's like, if I tap that chin, you know he chinny.
Listen, Terence has already hired us for any of the little guys. Anybody 130, 26, 30, 35, you know, Gary Russell, Tank Davis, you cannot go to get to Terence Crawford without going through us. Rolly Romero, leave Earl Spence alone. You see what I'm saying? You come over here and you get that ass whipping too. You know what I mean? Leave them big guys alone. Stop trolling them, right? They're best 147 pounders in the world, and they're the best 140 pounders for a reason.
Trainer Greg Hackett praised Crawford's victory as one of the greatest moments in modern boxing. He pointed out that Crawford had nothing left to prove after achieving something not seen in generations. Hackett compared it to historic feats by legends like Bob Fitzsimmons and Henry Armstrong, noting how rare it is for a fighter to rise through weight classes and dominate a star like Canelo. What made it even more special, Hackett said, was how Crawford won not with luck, but with a flawless, decisive performance. For Hackett, this win cemented Crawford as a legend. He added that Crawford no longer owes anyone explanations and should focus on enjoying his success, instead of answering critics. To Hackett, this was the very definition of greatness.
Armstrong held them all at the same time. Legendary shit. He goes in there and beats arguably the best fighter, or one of the best fighters of his era, regardless of weight class. What was your thoughts on the performance?
The performance was like clean, like it was real. It was times where it was close calls. Like it looked like Canelo might get him right here. You know what I mean? Bud find a way out, slip up out of there. He was working behind his jab real good, footwork real good. You know, setting the pace. He was creating what I like to call spider web in there. You know what I'm saying? That's basically setting traps with your movement. The part I didn't expect was for Canelo to really approach Bud like Bud, you know, like he was just gonna punch on Bud. He was looking. What I mean by that is Canelo, when he would hit Bud to his hips or like on the shoulder, because I seen him do it a few times. He was like, Canelo was like looking for those results that he usually get when he do those things. And I was like, I can't believe he's looking at Bud like that. Like he really trying to play Bud. I mean, on the low. He know Bud can fight, but it was like, I'm gonna hit iron. When I hit you on your hip, you gonna act right. I mean, when I hit you on your shoulders, you gonna act right. And you could tell Canelo's been spoiled over the years. Canelo's gotten better, a lot better. And Canelo is a legend for sure. But you could tell he's imposed his will on a lot of guys and won off of his poker face alone. You know what I mean? Along with the punishing shot.
Despite his dislike for Davis, Crawford hasn't ruled out fighting him. He said if Davis is serious, he needs to move up to 147 pounds and prove it in the ring. For Crawford, taking the fight would be a chance to silence Davis's trash talk and show once again why he's at the top. But he made it clear the responsibility lies with Davis if Tank truly believes he can win. He has to take the risk. Crawford's confidence shines through as he welcomes the challenge, knowing the odds would still be stacked in his favor.
Gervonta Davis speaking about you. Is that ever a possible fight?
Yeah, if he want to dare to be great. If he like all the other fighters that moving up 2 weight classes and, you know, daring to be great.
You would fight him.
Man, tell him to come up there.
He got to come to win 54.
He said I got a glass chin. So tell him to come and touch it.
Wow.
Man.
They said you got a glass.
He said I got a glass chin. Tell him to come and touch it.
At 147?
147. I'll make 147.
Ooh, see, oh man.
You gonna have a pre-count.
Then what the people gonna say? Oh, he's beating up on little guys.
DJ Rom, a respected boxing commentator, praised Terence Crawford for being one of the most complete fighters in the sport. He said Crawford isn't just talented, he's rare, the kind of athlete who can do everything at the highest level. Rom pointed out that Crawford's real strength is his ability to adapt, whether it's against a big puncher, a slick counterpuncher, or a non-stop pressure fighter. Crawford blends offense and defense so smoothly that opponents are left guessing. Rom described him as a once-in-a-generation talent with unmatched timing, distance control, and creativity. To Rom, watching Crawford is like watching an artist paint. Every adjustment feels precise and intentional. He believes Crawford's consistency and ability to solve any challenge will keep his legacy untouchable for years.
Clearly, outboxing, like I said he would. You know, Bud is special, man. He can adapt. He can make adjustments. There's nothing he can't do. I was a little worried because in the beginning, when the fight was announced, because of Canelo's power, Bud coming up, they're like, oh, he come up 2 weight classes. I considered it, he came up 3. Because he only had 1 fight at one.
Yeah, 1 fight at 54.
Yeah, right.
So I feel like it's 3 weight classes in 2 fights.
Right.
Yeah.
So with that right there, that was a big thing because Canelo is strong. Canelo does hit hard. He got power, and he's comfortable at 168. You understand what I'm saying? He's more comfortable. I didn't know if the weight was going to do something with Bud, but I know there was ways that he could outbox him easily. And he did it. Towards the closer to the fight date, I changed my stance on it and leaned more to Bud, which was a good thing because my prediction was right yesterday. On it, and he just outboxed him, outclassed him. He showed people. And I think he still followed a bit of the Mayweather blueprint. You know, Canelo has to plant his feet all the time to throw off his power, let off his power shots. He has to just make that quick stop, real quick, like millisecond. That's all Bud needs to move out the way. Bud sets him up to get a reaction. By the time Canelo goes to throw that punch, Bud steps to the side and catches him that way. Too late. Now, I mean, for Canelo to his planning of the feet to throw his power punches, if more people figure that out and really take that into consideration in their training camps, I think he would have more losses. But a lot of them fear the power.
Still, not everyone gave Crawford the credit he deserved after beating Canelo. Some analysts said bias played a role. Canelo has long been adored by fans, especially in Mexico, and many were reluctant to see him lose. At the same time, Crawford, as an African-American fighter, has often faced unfair treatment in how he's judged and recognized. Critics argue this showed the response wasn't just about boxing. It reflected bigger issues in the sport, like favoritism, race, and perception.
Especially enough for a guy to come 2 to 3 weight divisions lower. Well, so you would be asking a guy to literally just stand there like this new slap exercise, slap me and I slap you. That's not boxing, and that's extremely sour grapes. And my advice to you is this. Although most times people will stay on cold, there's exceptions to the rules where people will say, I'm not going that far. You know what I mean? Like by our administration right now, that's governing the New Russia. They do a lot of illegal things on a daily. But this pedophilia, some people are saying, no, I'm jumping off the boat on this one. I'm going to go with protecting the kids. I mean, I'll go with you with a lot of stuff, but protecting the kids is kind of important to me. Should be, right? It should be, levels, or it should be, where you just you don't go a certain length, right? It should be borders. So okay, I don't go past that line. And the line should be pedophilia. Or a line should be no objectivity at all in the world of boxing. You saw a great performance, and Canelo just lost, right? This guy is just a better fighter, right? If he can come up from that weight division and stand in the pocket most of the time, and still win. If you are saying that you don't want Canelo to be able to cut the ring off with this guy that didn't really run at all, then you're basically saying, well, listen, let's just stand and slug. And that's brawling, right? That has nothing to do with boxing. And so people are going to jump off that. And here's something else that's going to happen to you people right now with sour grapes and are racists running around just saying ridiculousness, right? Because you're
Rising prospect Hamza Shiraz also gave Crawford his flowers, calling him a mean machine in the ring. Shiraz said Crawford never struggles with opponents and always finds a way to win, no matter the style. His praise showed the respect younger fighters have for Crawford, seeing him as the gold standard of excellence. For Shiraz, Crawford's dominant win over Canelo only confirmed what he already knew, that Crawford is operating on a level very few can reach.
To him, so he said it about himself. In the post-fight press conference yesterday, he goes, my mind wants to do it, he goes, my body can't. Doesn't mean he's totally shot. He's not totally shot. He's still a great fighter, and someone I could definitely see myself in the ring with pretty soon.
And beat him?
Yeah, definitely. It would have been kind of nice for him to get the win and then me to fight him and then potentially have beaten him. But yeah, God has a different plan.
Look, it still could be Canelo. I don't know when. The plan's obviously a little bit ruined, but do you believe you'd stop Canelo Alvarez, Hamza?
Do I believe I'd stop him? I believe I've got a good chance of doing so.
Crawford's longtime trainer, Brian Bomac McIntyre, offered a glimpse into the future. He made it clear Crawford has no plans to chase a fight with David Benavidez. Instead, he said Crawford may decide to vacate and relax rather than force himself into unnecessary battles. Bomac emphasized that Crawford has earned the right to make choices on his own terms. With his legacy already secured, he no longer needs to answer to critics. He can focus on what matters most to him personally.
If Benavidez can make 168, maybe he has plans or ideas of maybe trying to match up Benavidez and Terence Crawford.
No,
there.
man. No, I ain't doing that fight.
Maybe planning on vacating the belts?
No, we ain't gonna vacate the belts. You know, we just gonna sit where we need to sit for a minute, and then, just like I said, get back in the gym and do our thing.
Honest?
Absolutely. And he don't want none.
So what does this performance prove about the end of sparring? You guys were largely
I told you it don't make no difference. Didn't I say it? I said that don't mean shit. I don't give a damn about that.
Yeah.
I said that, didn't I?
Yeah,
In one of those interviews, I said that. Don't mean shit, because he's no Bud Crawford. I'm not taking nothing from innocence, Bozy, them over there, them my guys.
Even boxing legend Evander Holyfield joined the conversation, praising Crawford's performance as extraordinary. He highlighted Crawford's timing, footwork, and high-level ring IQ, saying it separated him from average champions. To Holyfield, Crawford's win over Canelo wasn't just another victory, it was a masterclass that reminded fans what greatness in boxing really looks like. Coming from a Hall of Famer, this praise carried serious weight and further cemented Crawford's status among the all-time greats.
What did you think of Crawford's performance over Canelo?
It was super.
Super.
Because the thing is that when you got both of the guys are good.
Right.
I just think that when you have two guys, the smaller guy is a guy that he don't have the punching power, but he has the skills that's necessary.
Crawford.
Yeah.
So you were very impressed with his performance?
Well, yeah. The point of the matter is, I knew if it came down to if somebody got knocked out, I thought Crawford would probably get knocked out.
Yeah.
But